going to run along the top here and back it up. Get that turned around like that. Really what I should do is back into the corner again. That gets most of it. Tiny little bits missed in the corner. But what we're going to do here is we'll get 3 headlands. So there's enough room for this tractor to do a 180 without just creating messy bits in the corner. That's the front mower and that's the lift button, so I'll lift that up there. We'll drive forward with the back and lift the back. Get us turned around and do 2 rows here. And need to select the front mower first. Lower the front mower. Go. Lower the back, go, and row number 2. I don't actually know which tractor I'll be back with for this. I mean, obviously the Massey Ferguson is the easier one because it's small and easily manoeuvrable. I don't know, shall I go down the field, come back again? Maybe we'll do that. Oops. Let's go forwards. Forwards is a good direction. Alrighty, so yeah, as I said, we'll go down to the end. I'll probably try and tidy up this corner, then we'll go down and up again, which will give us 3 headlands at the bottom, which I'm calling what's in front of us the bottom. 3 headlands at the top when we come back and do the adjacent row to this one, and then I can just run up and down the field really quickly and it's going to be super easy. Or not, but we'll fix something on the way. So, did that one. We should have enough length to complete that tidily. If I maneuver that, I think I just tidied that entire corner up. That's nice. Okay, second headland down here, let's reset to the front mower. Okay, Massey's still running, Deutz is still running, so we're still good there. I have missed a small section there. Lift. Why did that turn off? Okay. So for some reason my front mower turned off. So I need to turn that back on again and back over to the edge. And the pig pen gets in the way. Well, it is what it is. Let's lower that. Oh, I disconnected the front mower for some reason, somehow. Well, I guess sometimes you do that. I guess that's the meaning behind the you cannot detach the mower in the condition it's in or something. Okay, that's good. I'll do a 270 to the left, re-engage GPS, and this field suddenly becomes really easy to do. So again, we'll bale and wrap this with the Anderson. We'll wrap this with the Anderson just because we can make the biggest bales. Although we do now have a baler wrapper we could use. But medium-sized bales, and at the end of the day, we're going to sell all of these bales, so I really don't want to be using medium-sized bales too much. Okay, front mowers attached. And this isn't an accurate 3 rows. It's good enough for what we're doing. I'm going to need to lift that, gauge the back, and lift that. Okay, that's 3 rows at this end. As we can see, our just going to lower that there, and re-select the front. We'll lower that one. Oh, and we'll back up. No, don't do that. That's just not a wise move. So we're a little bit off for this edge. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to run an edge course along here. Oops. We'll get this at least uniform. It's going to be a bit off as far as GPS is concerned. But sometimes you just end up with an end bit that you just can't work with. This one is now pretty much complete, and tight turn there. We will start GPS at this point. I'm kind of figuring that the little margin we have to the right here, we'll just come back and do that manually so that the swath ends up between the rows rather than making one of the rows too wide. And 11:55, we are still seeding canola, and as I said, we're not going to go through the seed very quickly with canola. Rolling. Yeah, I suppose once the canola's planted, I can actually switch to oats, and we have 2 fields to plant with that. It's just that one of them is going to be delayed until we can remove the rocks. Kind of good with this doing what it's doing. Might do a quick jump around the other. Oh, good grief! The Deutz is down to 71%. The John Deere's at 75. So that's kind of the deal with what's going on here. Is we're chewing through our equipment quite quickly. Okay, I'm gonna zip over. Why aren't you doing a thing? You are doing a thing. Okay, you're doing a thing. Yeah, 69%. The cedar is 86. So Deutz needs a fix up again. Don't think I did that yet in this session. This is doing, it's already down to 87%, but it's rolling nicely. There's a couple of bits, and again, I'm not sure if that is places where I've missed with the cedar or places where the workers missed with the roller, but this is proceeding quite nicely. So back here we can drive, get a move on. So see how much grass cutting we can get. As I said, this will need baled and rolled, and we have all the other things to do. We've got so much stuff to do. This is probably our busiest month. If we had any late harvest crops, and really I'm not sure what's out there. I guess I'll check the thing, the weather, not the weather, the calendar when we turn around here. I'll figure out what exactly do we have in the feasibility of late crops. I'm guessing it's probably corn and sunflowers and root crops. This is the calendar. September, we're already on harvesting most of the things. We can't harvest cotton or sugarcane. We can't grow those things. We can't harvest olives. We can't grow those things. But pretty much sunflowers, corn, everything is harvestable in September. So September is potentially our biggest, heaviest work month. Planting, not so much. I mean, all I'm trying to do here is all of the crops that I have set for, or I have planned for plant next year, need to be, or should be in the ground in September, except the canola, which should be in August, just so that they are harvestable on the first day of harvest next year. Now, obviously, if I was going to plant sunflowers, sorghum, soybeans, they're not planted until spring. So there's not so much rush to get those fields set up and ready to go. I mean, I could change my mind, and that field that's covered in stones, I could just say, you know what, I'm just going to put sorghum in them and not worry about that field till after Christmas. And yeah, it's an option. This is yield. This field has bad soil, which is why the yield is so cruddy here. But I think, as for the most part, it's fine on pH and nitrogen. One of the reasons why, at least on the pH, it looks so bad is because grass, not pH, nitrogen looks so bad. Grass only needs about 60-80 litres per hectare, whereas the canola needs 200. So grass, when it's ideally fertilised, is again this yellow colour. Go here, nitrogen. See, it's orange. We've just messed it up because, as far as lime is concerned, it's going down a little bit. And we need to be off that map because we're hitting the end. So we can go another round with lime, we can go another harvest without having to worry about liming this field, which is good. We can lime it over winter when the crop is dormant. And as far as fertilizer is concerned, we can come back here and fertilize this. One of the things I was wondering was, is it worth getting a grass a grass cultivator, which is a cultivator which was added for Maize Plus for grass fields, and it'll remove the requires ploughing on a grass field without actually messing up what's in the grass field. Normally, if you want to get rid of the needs ploughed status on a grass field, you're going to have to plough it and replant it, which is annoying. But the grass cultivator, I think is Grasswork. This thing will resets ploughing and adds a fertilizer state. So I could buy one of those and not spray these fields, just run that over. It does use up. It does take a long time because it's not a very wide piece of equipment. Needs 120 horsepower. We got that, but it's only 3 meters wide. So it's something we would set the Massey Ferguson off doing and then come back later. Okay, I missed a tiny bit back at the other end of this row. You know what? Oh no, we do have an entire swath down the bottom here that needs cut, so we'll just do that. We'll try and nab that piece I missed earlier, which is going to leave stuff in the middle of nowhere. That is one slight advantage with using a windrower rather than swathing mowers. Is swathing mowers swaths what they're cutting. But if you're not lined up, you just end up with a mess on the field and you can't really fix it that well. Conversely, a windrower will just pick up what's on the ground, which is awesome. Gets everything done right. Okay, I'm going to take a left turn here. I'll go down the field. Get this bit here, which I missed. Probably, that's a good way to do it. Like that. Because that should put it on the row. And last row, and oh shoot, that didn't work. Should we try that turn again? There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, I fumbled the steering wheel on that turn and ended up with the steering wheel turned too far for the GPS to work with. Anyway, one last strip, and we are not selected on the rear mowers, so I will do that right away. And those can lift and fold, and then the front mower can lift and fold, and we are done mowing. So yay mowing. GPS, turn that off. So, the mowing I was planning to do has been done. I now have a huge giant tractor and nothing to do with it. Park this back where I had the mowers. So one of the other things we can do is silage grass cut contracts maybe on September 2 or 3. Okay, you are doing your thing. You are doing your thing. How far have you got to go?
What are you doing?
Riding my bike.
Okay, I think
Did you see me
this
going
is
down that hill?
looking kind of good.
Can you watch me go
The
down
rolling
the
is
hill?
looking
Gotta be
good.
very careful.
Um,
If you fall on gravel, that's gonna hurt lots.
All we
I know,
have
I
to
had
do
a
now
200 profits things.
worry about fertilising these
I
few
had a whole
fields. This
So
field will
much.
need to be rolled.
But
We
I
can
can do
switch
it.
over to oats
And
and
I
plant
go
our
all
last
down the
2
hill to
ready
a
to plant
other hill
fields.
made out of glass.
Okay, I'll watch here.
As the calendar progresses, we've only got 11,000 in the bank.
Are you guys already going?
One thing I
We
didn't
are
check
coming in
is,
next year.
oh, the Valtra G is gone.
You guys should have stayed it up there. We know.
This
Well, you guys gonna
has
go back
5
out there?
hours on it,
In a little bit.
4 months. So,
Oh,
one of the
okay.
things I have learned, don't let this go
We're
over
going to
20
eat.
hours, don't let this go over
Our big meal
36
probably
months, or the
hours.
lease
If they're hungry,
purchase
they have a snack now, not
doesn't
a lunch.
co- exponentially costs you more. So, as we rack hours up, we've only put 5 hours in 4 months. This is going to blow through the number of hours very, very quickly.
What?
Some goldfish.
So I want to be able to purchase this before it gets there. Currently costing me 83,000 to purchase. The purchase from new price is a couple of percent. No, don't return it.
You have to agree on whether watch.
SpongeBob.
So this one is only 3 hours, 19 months. This is getting close on the month count. 113,000. So this is gonna be a big expense we need to look at
A piece of candy for it.
about 36 months in. So it's a 3-year lease, 20 hours is the ideal.
Well,
And then the purchase price is a couple of percent over what it would cost to buy new. So if I went, let's say I wanted to buy, I don't know, one of these.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's 480
Take your shoes
horsepower.
off, Mark.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do. That. There we go. That's pretty. EU design, yes. Additional weight will leave.
What? I got our goldfish.
Oh, that's additional weights on the back. Don't want that. Standard 3-point. You can put a 3-point on the front of this. I'm not sure it has a PTO on it. It has hydraulics on the front. It doesn't have a PTO ever. Or you can put weights on. Standard is you've got a bar. So I could go for 3-point. GPS, we'd probably put that on. That's 452. To lease that, more money than I have. Yeah, of course it is, because I'm stupid. Let's look for something cheaper to. So if I took that and attempted to lease that, that's 2,142. If I lease to own, the best I could do is about 46,000, I think, maybe 43. Call it 43. 43,000 is what I would expect to pay for this after owning it for a bunch of time. But if I go over 36 hours or 20 hours or 36 months, at that point it starts looking at you've got way too you're still getting charged monthly, and your payoff cost is not decreasing anymore for the amount of months or hours you're putting on it. So that was something I did find out this week. So possibly something we're going to need to pay attention to very soon on some of that equipment. Anyway, we have the little Massey Ferguson doing its thing. And this is still a useful piece of equipment. When it comes to rollers, that's the one we're using. I would like to get this one because you can put mulching rollers, grass rollers and roller rollers on it. It has a 12.3 width. It needs 160 horsepower, which means Massey's not going to be able to pull it. And frankly, if we'd got the Valtra G, that wouldn't be able to either with the biggest engine. So all of a sudden, mulching and rolling, if we got that, would not be a job that we can do with this little tractor. In fact, the only thing we have that this little tractor could do currently would be to seed, because it can haul that seeder. So that seeder's tiny. But so the idea is I probably want something in the range of 180 to 220 horsepower. That will be our small, agile tractor that can do work in the field when we need it to. But as I said, we do need a bigger tractor for the manure spreader, and we are going to need bigger equipment, which is maybe more important. Maybe not. But I think it's 12:15. I need to feed. I need to drink something. And it's a lovely day out there. The snow has gone. Yay. Welcome to spring. So I am going to wish you all well. And Brocky, what's it? YC1FC. Brocky CFC. However you want to pronounce it. Welcome to my stream. Happy Easter. And unfortunately, you've joined us just as I'm wrapping up here. So I wish everybody a good week. Please come back next week. Like, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, for now, I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.